Hello there, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your path of true love for December-ish 2019, which means it's timeless. Whenever you're watching it is when you're supposed to see it. I kind of realize all these readings on YouTube are timeless, right? Because it's all about when the soul is drawn to watch it, right? So that the personality can catch up on what's going on. Cool, cool. I am your reader for the moment. Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of Join the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and real thrilled to be doing these readings today. Sorry I felt a little bit behind. I had some personal stuff going on in the internal and external. There's a lot of healing work going on as it is for this time of year for us pagans who have attuned themselves to the wheel of the year. We're still in Samhain until Yule. So some underworld fire lake surfing going on, but hey, it's worth it, right? Alchemy. You want to walk the path, you want to walk the path of true love, you got to let the pain come up for healing. It's just how it goes, right? There is no alchemy without lead. That said, let's get a couple of things clear here before we dive in, because I have to do this every single reading, as apparently every other reader does. This is a general reading, not a private specific one, right? So take what fits, leave what doesn't, right? That's why I always do Sun, Moon, Rising as a foundation for zodiacal reads. Throwing in Venus for relationship stuff, etc. So that's why we're doing Venus signs in this as well. So please check your other signs. You'll know how it if it resonates by how it feels in your body when you're listening to it. You know how you know when it doesn't resonate? When it goes meh, like flatline, like meh, doesn't hit you. Like sometimes even the information can sound accurate, but it just doesn't. Like maybe at another time that would feel accurate, but right now it's just sort of meh, right? That you're looking for the intuitive response, which even if you get triggered means that there's something for you there to look at, right? That's being a mature, emotional, intuitive adult about the whole thing. It's just how it rolls, right? So that being said, this is a path of true love read. Yes, go check your other signs. But this is your path of true love. You as an individualized unit of the one, a holographic piece of the entire collective of all of life in one body, right? Your path of becoming true love, unconditionally loving, through the lens of your relationships, whether they be familial, romantic, friends, co-workers, political, regardless of the shape or form. The path of true love is about you, what you are here to learn, to heal, to grow, to alchemize, to love within yourself and in others, to be the best that you can be and fulfill your role in the divine plan, which is what the path of true love is all about. Just saying, right? So even if other people pop up in this, it's all about you, right? Even if they're mirroring aspects of self, however that works out. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. Please do have a look at my description box. I got a lot of cool stuff in there. The books that I've written, some videos there that I think are helpful, some of my own. One by Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher out on the West Coast. He's a fucking genius. So go check that one out. And other than that, please like, subscribe, help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers so I can do super live chat. And remember to breathe. Particularly the air signs, I think, so easy to get trapped in the head. I have Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra, so I'm familiar with the overthinking thing. Well, but yeah, right. Breathe. Be one with the breath, because nobody inhales the day they die, right? So we exhale, and nobody exhales when they're born. They inhale, right? So we are the breath. Be the breath. Be the ball. Be the ball. Danny Noonan. A little Caddyshack for you there. Let's dive in. Let's do this. Please breathe. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card for this Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. For December-ish 2019, though timeless whenever they watch it. Please, what is the dominant archetype that they will be dealing on the path of true love when they watch this? The soul power that can be alchemized from lead to gold, the shadow brought to light for the well-being of all on the path for them in this reading. The Judge archetype. Not about being judgy or judgmental, although that can certainly be a part of it. This is part of the wisdom family. The Judge, we all have to judge situations in our lives, so get that everybody has a touch of the Judge archetype within them. But on the path of true love, this is a very, very different experience. This is, let me read the lead and the gold, the shadow and the light. You'll see what I mean. The shadow attribute, this is the lead that you're trying to heal, right? To alchemize into gold. Offering only destructive criticism, misusing business or business, legal, or criminal authority, right? So that thing of offering destructive criticism, that is the shadow side of the Judge. That is that negativity that we bring to situations, whether we verbalize it or not. It's sort of like being a critic, but being that critic that only finds fault, right? Now, with the Gemini nature, there's two voices there. One that will absolutely try to balance that scale. Yeah, but they're really great. Yeah, but blah, 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 blah. Like one can be about potential, the other can be about the past, right? So then look at how you're misusing business, legal, or criminal authority, how you're misusing your authority, how you're putting your thumb on the scales on the path of true love, where maybe you need to forgive yourself, right? Maybe this isn't about judging someone else. Maybe it is about judging yourself, seeing yourself as a criminal. Whether you have lied, betrayed, deceived, not just always about playing the victim, but looking at, okay, well, what's my side of the scale? Even if you are in a toxic situation, what is it within you that called that toxic situation in? Not that it's bad and it's negative, but then what is the opportunity for you to heal, right? For you to come into fairness and balance, which is about the light. Balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So where are you out of balance? Or is there a situation that is out of balance where you have to balance the scales of justice with what? Compassion. Compassion, understanding that everybody has wounds, that people are in pain they're not even aware of and they don't know what to do about it. That's why they treat people and themselves badly. It's just the truth. It's a spiritual truth. So what is the unfinished business you have that's putting some extra weight on the scales for you? What is the pain that you are in that you're not even aware of that is making you treat yourself and others not so well? Unjustly, unfairly, too critical, seeing only the negative in yourself and others. Now, luckily, what we're going to do now is we're going to take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, divided into the suit of problems, the Debbie Downer deck, as I like to call it, the Womp Womp cards, Womp Womp, and the other three remaining suits, the Luck, the Healing, and the Grace deck, to clarify the lead and the gold. So let's get you a little clarification. My masters, please breathe. This could be rough. My masters, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Judge archetype in the shadow aspect. We've got offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority, somehow on the path of true love. Please clarify this for this Gemini collective. Bad choices, meaning your own, right? Like you've made some bad choices. Now let's clarify this without picking another card. Actually, let me get this out of the way. Bad choices is how we make good choices. It's all part of the wisdom path. This is a wisdom family archetype. So are you beating yourself up over bad choices that you have made? Are you beating someone else up over the choices they have made? Keeping in mind, nobody makes great choices all the time, and the only way to make great choices is by making usually a crap ton of bad ones. In here we've got a woman eating an apple, but she doesn't see on the other side of the apple there's a worm in it already. So maybe you made some choices that you didn't know were toxic. Been there, done that, have the burnt t-shirt. We all do. Why? Because everything that comes to us in this world, or whatever rises from within us, is here to help us learn, heal, grow, become the best that we can be, to become true love, to be loving to ourselves. So obviously there's a weight on the scale here about bad decisions. Feels like mostly your own. Like you might not have realized you were doing harm. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, which is why I took most of the day off, where he said, he's a sweet guy. He said, I never meant to hurt you. You could hear the pain in his, it was over the phone. You could hear the pain in his voice. And I said, interestingly enough, a Gemini moon. And I said, well, I know you didn't mean to, but you still did, right? Because there's this unconscious pain that you're not aware of that possesses you to do these things in your weak, confused, scared moments. And that's everybody. How is that not forgivable, right? That's where compassion can come in. It's like everybody fucking does that until they know better, and even when they know better, we still make bad choices so that we can grow. That the maxim of it all, really, from the soul to the personality to the ego, you've done nothing wrong. It's all scripted. It's all part of the journey. All of your bad choices were brilliant choices to the higher self, because you didn't come into this lifetime to get it right. You came into this lifetime to play the game, to feel it all, to do it all. Otherwise, why have forgiveness, right? Forgiveness isn't needed by the gods or the angels. They see the game. They know. Really, it's like judging yourself for getting a low score in a video game. Just play again, right? That, of course, it's you've done nothing wrong. You have done nothing wrong. You have done, what a great mantra for you, my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And you've done nothing wrong. You just played the game. You did the best that you could. Oh, my God, you're the first person to ever make a bad choice. No, you won't be the last either. It's how we learn. Let's get some clarity for this light attribute. Balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Please, my masters, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign on the path of true love. This Judge archetype, please clarify that gold for us, please. Joy. Joy. Joy is a natural state. Joy is the natural state of the soul. That you have the opportunity on the path of true love, and we'll see how with the other cards involved here, that you can allow, little by little perhaps, those tears of joy, of healing, right? By taking that child in your heart who's in there. Look, the heart chakra is the inner child. It's just true. It's just the truth. So it feels like, oh my God, I fucked up, or they fucked up, right? And you go, it's okay, honey, it's okay to feel that way. I love you. I love you, and in there somewhere is some joy, but I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to criticize you. I love you. I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to heal you. I am here to love you, because it's that child in our heart that remembers every bad choice, right? Every mistake in its perception. But as an adult, you see, oh my goodness gracious, we needed to make those mistakes so that we could grow and become better. They made us stronger, but we can still carry around a lot of that toxicity, a lot of that regret, a lot of that unprocessed pain that makes us put our thumbs on the scale when other people screw up, because we're really still angry at ourselves. You with me? Out of that can come great joy, really great joy, that that child can actually celebrate itself, that you love it and it loves you. You with me? What we're going to do is we're going to get 3 cards, Daughters of the Moon, Tarot, past, present, future. Where you've been on the path, where you are on the path, where you're going on the path. Cool, cool? We're going to do them face down, so I won't see them until we flip them. Cool, cool? Here we go. Breathe with me, my gems. You're truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Oh, my goddesses, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign on the path of true love. This Judge archetype, please, one card for where they have been. Please, one card for where they are on the path of true love, this one. And one card for where they are going on the path of true love. That was very fast. That was incredibly fast. Well, figures, Gemini. We're going to clarify each of these with a mythic tarot, but let's get the voice of the goddesses first here. So where have you been? Woohoo! First card down, High Priestess. So yeah, there's been some mystery. There's been some unknowing. There's been some confusion, secrets held, deceptions, you deceiving others, others deceiving you, right? Keeping secrets, hidden mystery, hidden knowledge, and yet Major Arcana card, you are being used by the divine. What is a priest or a priestess, let alone the high priest or the high priestess? It's about being a channel through which the divine, your bad choices were scripted. Part of the divine plan, something that your soul knew coming in was going to happen in order that there could be a learning curve. There is no alchemy without lead. There is no healing without wounds. I know it would be great to just incarnate purely as fifth dimensional, pure unity consciousness, but then there's no journey, right? We have to forget so that we can remember. So definitely a mysterious, a mystical thing going on here in the path of true love is mystical. Don't kid yourself. It ain't just spiritual, it's mystical. It involves the divine, and sometimes spiritual doesn't involve the divine. Well, everything's the divine. Just not everything appears that way or knows that it is. Where are you now? Ha 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 ha. Now, the card of manipulation, totally a Gemini card, right? In this deck, the Six of Blades, which in Rider-Waite, it's that, the gondola going from rough, choppy waters into smooth. This is about healing. This is about therapy. This is about seeing things differently. It's about spin. How you can look at what you perceive, and rightly so. Your perception is your perception. Perception is not always reality. Bad choices, bad Gemini, or bad them, screw them, bad choice, I can't, blah, blah, blah. All of that, to start seeing this differently, by start allowing the mind to expand, to see things from the point of view of the soul. This card has no reverse, okay? It's just the Sagaris, Sagaris. It is that card of manipulation. Now, again, the shadow side of this can very well be, well, you're still being manipulative. Perhaps if you're keeping secrets, you're still manipulating. And if that's the case, then you got to look at, if I thought that I made bad decisions before, is this one any better? Or is it time to get the healing, the therapy, make the confession, right? So much of modern day therapy and counseling is a replica of the sacrament of confession, but that need not be done in only a spiritual setting. Obviously, sometimes it's just about confessing to yourself, to let that child confess to you, to confess to that child, I am so sorry, I was in pain when I made that decision. I let someone in we shouldn't have let in, or I did something we shouldn't have done because I was in pain I didn't even know about, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to do my best to be the best parent that I can for you. Teach me how to love you. That's playing the path of true love for realsies. No shit. Where are you headed? All right. Seven of Cups. Jealousy. Now, what's interesting about the card of jealousy is that, again, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, Seven of Cups are those cups in the sky, that even if you have 6 of them, you'll still feel jealous about the 7th, right? So jealousy here, get in touch with the feelings of jealousy, because what jealousy is that child in your heart saying, well, when the fuck is it my turn? You've probably made some self-sacrificing moves that maybe were necessary at the time, but not necessary anymore. Are you sacrificing your joy and your happiness and your ability to feel love in this life for somebody else? Are you playing martyr? Are you not being compassionate with yourself? Is that what this is about? Are you keeping things hidden because you don't want to hurt somebody when you've already hurt them? You feeling me? Look, we all hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. All right, what a genius phrase. Hurt people, hurt people. We've all been hurt, so we all hurt people. But then the jealousy, that might be the green-eyed monster that you need to embrace and say, well, I want it fucking now, and it's not fair. It's such a ragey card. Look at her screaming. When the fuck is it my turn, right? Knocking over cups everywhere. But along with that comes, my child, it's okay, our time will come, but now it's you and me, right? This, you really need to focus on this. We're going to clarify this because that card has such volatility to it that jealousy and envy are not exactly the same thing. They're older brother, younger brother situation. Envy is the deadly sin of the third eye, where it really is, for an air sign, very crazy making. Because we are possessed by this pain that when is it your turn? Perhaps you have given more than you have received. It makes sense with the judge, right? Balancing those scales. Let's get 3 cards from the Mythic Tarot to clarify the voices of the gods. Breathe. My gods, please, one card in clarity. To clarify this High Priestess card, where has this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Judge archetype been on the path of true love, face down, past? Where are they now on the path of true love, present? Where are they headed on the path of true love, future? Past, present, future. So where have you been? Seven of Cups. We've got two Seven of Cups. So yeah, you had options. But I don't think you went for the one you wanted to. I think you were being a little secretive and a little, well, okay, there are a couple of scenarios playing out that you went for an option that really satisfied you, but now you're seeing as a bad choice because it hurt somebody else. They just don't know it, right? This feels like a cheaty thing. It's been coming up a lot. As of late, not just in my reads, but in other reads I see on YouTube as well. Figures around the holidays, right? Those last few days of Samhain tide, right? The underworld, things are really being purged. So, you know, some unhealthy choices being made, bad choices, lots of options, but hidden, secret, and yet somehow divinely planned. That's why the forgiveness has to come in here. The compassion for yourself has to come in here, because it was something that was scripted. It was something that you could have done it differently, you would have. You could not have. So beating yourself up about it, being the harsh judge to yourself, the non-compassionate judge. Sure, you may have to balance scales. You may have to make amends here. You may have to do some healing. We'll look at that next with that card of manipulation. But that to start with the compassion of your heart, have to. So now let's clarify where you are. You've got the card of manipulation, the Six of Blades with the Tower. Honey, this shit's coming down. The Tower is ultimately a lightning bolt of truth, destroying a structure that was faulty. Get ready. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it's about to be struck. Now, is it the end? Well, it's the end of the structure of it. It's the end of the way that it was. You know, you hear the end of the world as we know it. Thank you, Michael Stipe. Well, it's just as you knew it. But because of manipulations now, because of the healings, Poseidon, in this card, the Earthquaker, the Earth Shaker, not just the god of the oceans, the god of earthquakes, takes down the tower, right? Destroys it in one stroke. Now, technically hit by lightning. Truth. Light is truth. So a truth coming in. Now, when I teach this card to my students, I say, well, imagine someone who doesn't believe in ghosts. Oh, ghosts and spirits, and so that's all bullshit. Angels don't really exist. And then one day they fucking see one, right? Experience one in a way that is impossible to explain to anybody else, but really hard for them to doubt. The lightning bolt destroys that belief system that there ain't no such things as ghosts, right? Gone in a flash. So this feels like it's going to happen really quickly. The secret's unveiled. The secret's revealed. Be careful, be careful, be careful that you keep yourself in balance. But I don't think it's a good idea to keep these secrets anymore. I think that whatever these bad choices are, even though it's the holidays, better idea to speak it, right? At least to somebody. If not to the person directly, go tell someone that you can trust and keep in confidentiality, because this will destroy you. This will eat you from the inside. That's what I am getting from this, hence a card of therapy. Six of Wands, moving from troubled water to peaceful waters. This is bothering you on some level. And of course, there it shows in the repeat of the Seven of Cups here in where you're headed on the path of true love. So that Seven of Cups in your past, you are revisiting here, but now there's with this jealousy, this intense emotionality to it. And what do we got there? The card of strength. So we've got three major arcana cards here. In the past, we've got the High Priestess, definitely the divine involved here, the divine plan playing itself out. In the present, we've got the card of the Tower. Shit is about to hit the fan. The lightning is about to hit the tower and bring it down so that a new foundation, a faulty foundation, is destroyed and then something stronger rebuilt. But that it's going to take courage. It's going to take emotional strength, fortitude, the grace of fortitude, to feel what you have to feel, to heal what you have to heal, to move forward, to be brave, and really get that. When are you going to get what you want? When you're honorable, when you're truthful, when you're walking the high road, when you're a hero, not a villain. And if this is happening to you rather than it being you, the same holds true. That you have to be in congruency with the truth of who you are. In other words, as highfalutin and as spiritual and as book knowledge-y as we are, you have to align your conduct with your highest virtue so that the universe can mirror that back to you. Right? Otherwise, the scales are out of balance. You have this, oh yes, well, particularly Wiccans, right? Harm none, harm none, harm none. But I'm going to lie about this. Do you see what I mean? It's like you have to bring yourself, you've got to be bad, you've got to be bold, you've got to be wiser. I really have to start playing that song more because it's been in my head all week long as guidance to me, right? This is Heracles, 12 labors, right? It takes courage, it takes heart, it takes strength, and you just have to keep moving forward. We've got 3 more cards down. Considering the complexity of all of that, we're going to ask the angels, Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue, to clarify, to really give us an overarching piece of guidance, of grace, to simplify this a little bit. Please breathe. Oh, my angels, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for December-ish 2019, though also timeless. Please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective. Judge Archetype on the path of true love. Baby, miracles. Miracles. Now, best card you can get in a situation like this, somehow this is all going to work out, but it's not you alone who makes it work out. It's you in tandem with the divine. It's the gods, the angels, the masters, your higher selves intervening. Ask for a miracle. And that might very well be what this card of manipulation is about, because asking for a miracle, it's a big part of it is surrender, but then it will also take out the unhealthy foundation, right? What technically a miracle is something that happens that defies natural law. Water into wine, perfect example. Someone has cancer one day, someone says a prayer, the next day they're in total remission, no sign of the cancer, right? Defies natural law. The other miracle is about, as Course in Miracles says, a shift in consciousness from a thought system based in fear to a thought system based in love. So if you get that the choices and bad choices that you consider that you were made or were made unto you, usually it's a mix of both, was done from fear. Nobody makes good decisions when they're afraid, but yet we have to make decisions when we're afraid so that we learn there is another way. In fact, those are the words that triggered A Course in Miracles. There has to be an easier way, right? In relationships, there has to be a better way. That is what triggered Bill Thetford and Helen Schuckman to bring through. And by the way, they were research psychologists in New York City in the 70s, right? So yeah, maybe some of that stuff is outdated now. There are some new upgrades that have come to add to that, but it's all about unity consciousness, the miracle, about seeing everything as perfect. May all things be exactly as they are. It's one of the 365 lessons, right? I place my future in the hands of God. Iambic pentameter, so helpful. So there are miracles available in this situation, and the miracle might mean you get to walk away and really bless and see all of these old choices in a way that actually brings you joy, or at least has prepared you for joy. You know, the thing about criticism is we forget that in a holographic paradigm of unity consciousness, which is what we've fucking been in all along, but we've been dealing from the illusion of separation, 3D consciousness, everything helps everything else. Right? So when we go, oh no, it's raining, I can't go do the thing today. Yeah, well, but it's nurturing the soil, right? It's watering the planet, right? So everything helps everything else, which is why looking back and holding ourselves and others in the judgment of we consider bad mistakes are the very things, right? Like an immune system, you need antigens in the body to create antibodies. Right? You think of it as a horrible thing, but it makes you stronger. And it is all about weaknesses getting stronger as we go on the path. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved, your higher selves, what's going on here using the Whispers of Love Oracle. Please breathe. Oh, the higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. I feel such compassion for them. My heart is opening. I'm feeling myself starting to well up. Maybe this is about my Gemini moon that I know. Please, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for this judge archetype, Gemini collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where are they? What do they need to know on the path of true love? Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So have you been giving more care to others, more support to others than to yourself, to that child within your heart? Because I don't think you can give too much love and support to that child of your heart, right? That's your innocence. That's the part of you, the part of your spirit, your soul that loves, that wants to give, that's not afraid of love, that loves fearlessly. But where have you not been supportive in this relationship? If you are withholding truth for somebody, you are undermining them. Undermine is the opposite of support, right? If you have been lying, you are going to face those consequences. And I see that in that card of the Tower, but even that Tower card is part of a larger miracle. So that for the well-being of all, so that everybody here in this situation is able to heal and move forward, right? Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So it's got to be in some way through effort, right? Particularly if it's for yourself, right? All right, so I'm going to take the effort. I am going to confess. I am going to clarify. I am going to support myself through some sort of healing modality, process, counseling, therapy, or even just a confidential conversation with someone that I know and trust who's not going to read me for filth about what I did. And even if they do, they can come around and say, okay, now that that's out of the way, I understand why you've been the way that you've been. Just that secret keeping, nobody's getting away with it anymore, not even on a governmental level, right? So we might as well be as open, and it takes balls, it takes courage to do that. And from where you're headed, it looks like the sooner you do this, the better, particularly with being supportive. One last card down, a Journey of Love Oracle card. I read it from the book because the book, there's no way I can memorize the beauty that is written in that book. So as we started with the collective pantheons, we end with the collective pantheons, right? We started with the Caroline Mace, we end with this one same way. Please breathe. And then we'll give you your overview. Please, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, a Journey of Love Oracle for this Gemini collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, judge archetype on the path of true love. Please, with all that we've talked about, with all that's on the table, with all this power, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective. Where are they on the path of true love? What do they need to know? Cosmic Butterfly, number 36. I mean, a lot of us know that, right? Butterfly flaps its wings, creates a hurricane thousands of miles away. It's very interesting times. Terry Pratchett. Card number 36. Let me read this to you. Please breathe. Oh, wow, the first line. Okay. You are being reborn from the pulsating womb of the Divine Mother, on fire with her creative power. You are being transformed whilst living. To surrender certainty in favor of openness, to accept the smallness of your everyday life whilst admitting to the magnificence of your being, to open up to the divine light that pours through you into a myriad of forms, endlessly creating, destroying, creating again. This is your sacred task. So you gotta look at those past mistakes, right? Those bad choices is part of the learning curve, part of the curriculum, because you are being reborn. I get the butterfly reference. Life is thriving within you. This may not feel stable as yet, but will certainly feel exciting as you enter into yet another cycle of rebirth. Let this life seem as though you are living many lifetimes in one, and with this Tower card, one's about to end. Feeling it. It is possible for you to encounter the totality of human experience in this lifetime, should you be open to it. This is treading the enlightened path, embracing all life. You have chosen this for yourself and have been blessed with the possibility this lifetime. Why not let yourself be broken down and reborn? born through the workings of nature, another life within this one beckons you on now. Baby, get ready. The message for you from this oracle is that your life feels like it is falling apart. Then take heart, for it is falling apart to come back together in a new way. You are going through rebirth, just like a butterfly in a chrysalis. The agony and the delight, the sense of dying and of being truly alive can all be held in the serene space of your heart. Surrender into what you are becoming now and know that what you are leaving behind is but a shell that once will have held your fast emerging new self. It's exactly what this spread is saying. I love this deck. Breathe. Here's the poem. The breeze of the butterfly's wings caresses the stillness of my thoughts and awakens feelings that course through my veins like the whale's song to the ocean's depths. There wells in me a knowing and a wonder for what is yet to be. Gemini, something good is coming. It is absolutely something good is coming. This card of miracles, with that cosmic butterfly, with that resolution of this Seven of Cups, the options and the confusions and the bad choices that you made, you're now reaping the consequences of. But to have heart, to have strength, with that card of the High Priestess, the Tower. Oh, let's do this in overview. Magic clap already. We start with the Judge archetype in its shadow, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority, and perhaps even authority in a relationship. Light attribute, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, again, even within a relationship. Connected to the shadow attribute, we've got bad choices where you have offered only destructive criticism, been a little too negative, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority in a relationship, or misusing the relationship itself. The light attribute is joy, that connects to joy. The balancing of justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power leads to joy, the natural state of the soul. In the past, we've got the High Priestess with the Seven of Cups. Sure, you had to choose. You had these options. Some things were hidden. Perhaps one of those options was to keep something hidden, that it was done in the shadow, that it wasn't fair to yourself or to someone else or both. But in the present moment, that card of the Tower with the card of manipulation, if you continue to lie and manipulate or allow yourself to be lied and manipulated to, well, the Tower is going to hit anyway. The Tower card, the major arcana cards really override any minor, but definitely the truth is going to come to light here. Definitely that Six of Blades, the Six of Swords, that card of therapy, of moving from troubled waters to cooler ones, to calmer ones, makes sense with the card of the Tower, that the truth is going to come in like lightning and destroy the foundation, destroy the Tower so something new can be created, which leads into the future of dealing with that Seven of Cups again, but now with jealousy. Well, I tried my heart, I did my best, why did I do that? A lot of emotional turbulence there, jealousy, part of that, saying, when the fuck is it my turn? But with strength, with courage, with that strength of Heracles, right? To be able to garner the heart, fortitude, bravery, courage, do what must be done, be a hero. Heracles is the god of heroes. Face your labors. Do what is necessary to walk the path of true love with honor, courage, and integrity. And of course, with that Judge archetype, justice and compassion. Because you got the miracle card here. The divine is all in on this one. This is all a setup for a miracle. All you have to do is be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. So if you're the one who is lying and deceiving and keeping secrets and all of that and manipulating, you gotta come clean and say, look, I am so sorry, I do care about you, but I wasn't getting my needs met and I had to get my needs met. Or you go to someone and say, look, I get you lied to me. I get that we've been withholding. ending. And this can be in any situation, not necessarily just romantic. It can be that there's been a lot of manipulation going on here and it has to end because I do care about you. Let me make an effort, but let's do this. Perhaps this is lovers now becoming friends, right? Or family members that were estranged or something toxic, really coming forth and say, I care, being supportive, but I have to be supportive of myself first, right? It's like the oxygen mask that pops down in a plane, right? You got to put it on yourself before you put it on the kid. Well, except in relationships, you really have to take care of that kid within your heart first, but I think you get what I'm saying here, because with that card ending, the cosmic butterfly, that journey of love oracle card, look, your life is changing anyway. This old situation was just a husk that held you long enough so that you could be reborn. Now it's up to you. You have the free will to whether or not to make this transition as honorably as you can. But honor is a key word, right? Because what do you call a judge? Your honor, right? So you have to do this honorably, unless you want to repeat this again, because it looks like with that Seven of Cups redo in where you've been on the path and where you're going on the path, it feels like this is a recurring theme, maybe different people, places, and situations, but an opportunity for you to do it right, honorably, and take the hero's journey of the path of true love as the cosmic butterfly. Well, there we have it. My Gemini Collective's not an easy read. But you know what? This time around, it seems all the Path of True Love reads have not been easy reads. But that you have the opportunity to really transform yourself. Quite a lot of major arcana here. Quite a lot of emotional volatility here. But with miracles, this can really work out. But you just have to do the work. Please reach out. Get a reading if you need it. Get some therapy, right? Get counseling. And again, it can be a confidential conversation, but it has to be the kind of thing where you feel safe to confess, a rite of confession, even if it's to your gods, even if it's to your angels, but then by all means tell another person as well, someone that you can trust. And the great thing about therapists, counselors, professionals is that they have to be confidentiality. You're paying them. It's part of what they do, right? Part of their ethical structure. So may the Gemini Collective be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for this December-ish, 2019 read, and timeless and beyond. That they may heal, that they may grow, that they may transform what needs to be transformed within themselves, as well as what's outside of themselves for the well-being of all, and fulfill their role in the divine plan on the path of true love. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Check your other signs. And for now, my delightful twins, hail, farewell, and blessed be.